Yeah, so they're cheating themselves out of the possibility of believing in the value of the most optimistic myths. And I always have questions for people. The question is this: why choose to believe in the value of pessimistic myths when you could choose to believe in the value of the most optimistic myths? Why choose to believe in the value of pessimistic myths when you could choose to believe in the value of the most optimistic myths? Why choose to believe in the value of pessimistic myths when you could choose to believe in the value of the most optimistic myths? Put your answers in the comments. I'm interested to find out what you have to say about this. I want to hear about it. Most often, I hear from Satanists. They say, well, because these pessimistic myths are truths. And they'll cite that these pessimistic myths were written down in a set of sacred scrolls, and that a good entity rules in heaven. The good entity chose messengers. The messengers received exclusive divine revelations of spiritual knowledge from the good entity. The good entity, the religious authority figures wrote down these exclusive divine revelations of spiritual knowledge as words within the set of sacred scrolls, and the religious authority figures claim an ability to know how to translate and interpret the words. And religious authority figures say the words are words of the good entity, and the words reveal the will of the good entity and the ways of the good entity. These exclusive divine revelations of spiritual knowledge reveal the will, word, way, and laws of the good entity. So it's their set of sacred scrolls that is their proof, one could say. Or at least for them confirms in their own minds the value of their pessimistic myths. But I would also argue that it's projection. Since these pessimistic myths suggest truths about our set of living arrangements, it's a truthiness to them that makes them attractive and resonate within people's minds with truths they know about their set of living arrangements. But they're going to tell you, yeah, they don't believe in the value of the most optimistic myths because they believe these pessimistic myths are truths. That's called discovery religion. We have discovered these pessimistic myths are truths. That's the essence of a discovery religion. Right there. The discovery is we've discovered these pessimistic myths are truths. No, you haven't discovered that. These pessimistic myths are myths. Now, these pessimistic myths may suggest truths, but the act of suggesting truths does not make these pessimistic myths into truths. These pessimistic myths remain myths. And the act of choosing to believe in a myth because the myth suggests truths about our set of living arrangements here on the material plane, leads to a belief in the value of pessimistic myths. And what's wrong with pessimism? Well, I warn of the dangers of a belief in the value of pessimistic myths. Dangers of a belief in the value of pessimistic myths are unhappiness, disease, and hardship. Those are the dangers of a belief in the value of pessimistic myths. Dangers of a belief in the value of pessimistic myths are unhappiness, disease, and hardship. Now, I've talked already about how that happens, right? Everybody treating everybody out like outsiders, what do you get? A state of disease in the body and a state of disease in the habitat. I talked about that. Earlier, in another video. So that's what I'm talking about. How pessimism can lead to a state of disease. We already discussed how it can lead to unhappiness. There are some profoundly unhappy people in this world. And it's because they are unwilling to give up their belief in the value of pessimistic myths.